Hello and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Today we have new banners. Yeah, Sigewinne is finally here and also Furina has her first rerun. But I'm actually more interested in one of the 4-star characters. Yeah, you can see him on the screen right now. It's Gaming. Because, for those of you who don't know, last time I wrote for him on his very first banner, I got not talents, constellations, C5. Actually, I got C4 and then I got another constellation from the event where you could choose a Liyue character, Liyue Foster character. And yeah, I really wanted a C6, but wasn't able to get it here on my free-to-play alt account. On my main account, he's only like C1. So yeah, now that he's back, I really want to try to get that constellation. Because it is amazing. Just look at this. 20% crit rate and 40% crit damage on his skill just forever. On every skill hit. It doesn't matter. There's no condition you have to fulfill. Just the plunging attacks of his skill always get this. And they also have bigger AoE with this constellation, which is also nice. And if you look at my Gaming here, his build is kind of really bad. But we do have 50 to like 100, almost 100. So with that constellation, it would become 70 to 140, which is actually kind of good. And he's just a cool character in general. I love Gaming, and I just want him to be C6. But here's the thing. The banners aren't really optimal, and that's an understatement. Because Sigewinne, I'm not really interested in. She is, in my opinion, the most boring character in the Fontaine Archon quest. Not that I dislike her, but I just feel no desire to play her, especially since I just recently built Barbara, so I don't feel like I really need another Hydro healer right now. Especially after all that I went through to get C2 Barbara. I'm not just gonna replace her with Sigewinne now, just a few weeks after I built her. No way. But then Furina, she's like on the opposite end of the spectrum, one of my favorite characters. She is amazing, I love her, but she doesn't really fit the alt account, because here on the alt account I try to play characters that I don't play or rarely play on my main account. There are a few exceptions like Fischl, for example, but Fischl is still a character that while I do play her sometimes on my main account, I don't play her that often. Furina, on the other hand, is one of my most used characters on the main account. I think I've used her in every Abyss run since she came out. So she's kind of the opposite of the kind of characters that I want to play here on the alt account. So even though I love her, I'm not sure if I want to get her here. I would rather save my Primogems for other 5 stars that fit the alt account more. Like Shenhe, for example. I also have her on my main account, but rarely ever use her. But here on my alt account, I'm kind of an Ayaka main, so Shenhe would be really nice if she ever comes back. Because right now she has a huge gap between her last banner and whenever her next banner is gonna be. But yeah, the point being here that none of these banners here are optimal for me. So what I'm hoping is that Gaming just comes within the first tempo. And then I can just stop and save the rest of my Primogems for 5-star that I actually want on my alt account. But knowing my 4-star luck, you know, the kind of 4-star luck that had me do over 100 pulls on the Neuvillette banner 2 months ago without getting a single Barbara. Yeah, knowing that 4-star luck, I'm not sure if I even can get Gaming today. And if you take a look at the history here, I'm already at 37 pity. It is a 50-50, so even if you do get a 5-star, it's not guaranteed to be Sigewinne or Furina. But since we are already at 37 here, it means we can only do 3 tempos before we would reach soft pity with the 4th tempo. So yeah, getting a specific 4-star in 30 pulls, that's not gonna be easy. But yeah, I gotta try it anyway, and I'm not sure still who to roll on here, but I think Furina. Yeah, let's just throw on Furina's banner. No, enough talking. Let's just. I'm so hesitant to press this button here because I'm afraid that it's just gonna be another situation where I do a bunch of pulls and get everything I don't want. It's always like that with 4 stars. Sometimes I get lucky with 5 stars, but with 4 stars I rarely ever get lucky. But there's no point delaying it any further. Let's just do it. Here we go. First tempo. Oh my god. I just said sometimes I get lucky with 5 stars. But not with 4 stars. And here we go, getting an early 5-star right away. I'm not even surprised. Actually, I am, but it's not the first time this happened. We could lose the 50-50 here. And we actually did lose. Why? I was about to say that I'm kinda happy we lost the 50-50, because that means I'm guaranteed on whatever 5-star I actually wanna roll on next on this account. But then I just saw Jean, and that just hurts, because she's one of my favorite characters, one of my most used characters on the main account, and I really want to get her to C6 on my main account eventually. And it took me years to get her to C2 on the main account. Years. And, oh, okay, we also got Garming, that's nice, so I don't have to continue rolling, so that's at least something. But yeah, what I was about to say here is that it took me, I think, almost 3 years to get 2 constellations for Jean on my main account. This account here is only 1 year old, and take a look at this now. Take a look at this. C-freaking-2. In 1 year. On my main account where I actually want Jean constellations, that took me almost 3 years. And I only got to C3 there because of the Chronicled Wish. Otherwise I would still only have C2 on my main account. That just makes me mad. Why do they always give me what I want, but on the wrong account? It also happened not too long ago. I was doing some standard banner pulls and got Garming on my main account, where I don't play him. It's always like that. I always get the wrong characters. But let's not let this distract us from this. We actually got him. So it's not all bad. And it was an early 5-star. And it was a lost 50-50. So if Shenhe comes back someday, then I'm basically guaranteed on her. So all things considered, despite the Jean hurting a bit, it was a good rolling session. A very short rolling session, which is what I was hoping. First tempo, first Garming, the only Garming I need. I'm not even mad, to be honest. I was a little bit mad about the Jean, but overall I'm actually not that mad. So yeah, let's just activate this. And now my Garming is finally complete. Well, except for his shitty artifacts. I still need to farm a bit more for him and get him a better set. But at least now his crit ratio is a little bit better. Obviously it doesn't display here, but now when I do his plunging attacks from the skill, like I already said in the beginning of the video, it's now gonna be 70 to 140. A pretty nice crit ratio. Oh, and I just realized that I have over 3k attack here. Okay, that's actually a lot. I mean, it's partly due to Pyro Resonance here with Alicino and Bennett, but also Dwarf's Gravestone just gives a ton of attack. And I think he also has attack as his Ascension stats, so yeah. But you know what? Since this rolling session didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would, let's just go and try out his damage right now. Okay, there we are at Masanori. I've changed up the team a bit for this. Yeah, we're just gonna try to buff his damage as much as possible with Bennett and Kazuha, and then also Wape with Chingcho. And that should work pretty well, I hope. But first we kinda need to get all the bursts. Okay, we got the bursts now. So in which order do we do this? First, I think we have to apply Pyro so we can swirl it with Kazuha. Then we use Bennett Burst, Chingcho Burst, and that was a 53k, not bad. 57. Oh, 100k there with the Wape. Nice. That's what we like to see. 77 there. That was a 28 non-crit. Oh yeah, we're doing a lot of damage. And a 60k Wape there even after all the buffs already ran out. Oh my god. This is so good. He is so good. This is exactly what I wanted. Just seeing that 100k plunge attack made my day. And then there at the end when Bennett's buff already ran out and Kazuha's swirl, he still did 60k on the Vaporize. That is really good for a 4-star. If I can get him a bit better artifacts, then he's actually gonna be insane. He already kinda is. Yeah, I couldn't be happier that I actually got to C6. And within the first tempo. Honestly, really good session, despite the Jean. But yeah, that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, have a nice day.